Welcome to What If Deku was Midas from Fortnite. So in this What If, Deku is the brother of Overhaul. We start off with Deku and Overhaul at 12 years old, struggling to survive on the streets because their quirks are villainous to people. So not a whole lot of people like them. And they witness the evil side of heroes and society. So we go to them in a street. Some thugs are picking on Overhaul and is wanting Deku to use his quirk so they could get some quick cash. And as Deku tries to stop them from being on Overhaul, he touches one of them, turning them into gold. You little kid, here's some payback. He's about to punch Deku in the face when the guy gets shot in the back, falls over. The other man's running away, but Overhaul grabs his leg and he explodes. It seems you two have some interesting quirks. As the old man looks at the guy that turned into gold and the person that blew up, how would you like it to have a home? As they both look back at each other before nodding, the man offers his hand, but before that, he gives them gloves to cover their hands so he won't be affected by their quirks. And let's go. As some of the old guards with the old man grabs the golden person and puts him in a different car, as the old man leads them to a car and they drive off. Are you alright, brother? I'm alright, Midas. Well, I'm glad you're alright. We need to stick together after all. Y'all two are some unique kids. So, what do you think about my offer of you coming to stay with me? Huh? I am going to pay y'all back. So here you'll have a home, food, supplies, everything you can have. All I just ask is you do some things for me. As both of them look at each other, as the old man smiles. Is that all? Yes, that will be all. As both of them accept the deal the old man is proposing. As they get to the base and they see a lot of people with bird masks and all that. And a whole lot of people are just having a good time and all that. As they don't have to worry about money, they just do what they're told and are having a good old time. As Deku and Overhaul are happy to have a place where they can stay. As they give them food. But as they're going to bed, they talk to each other. This is a very nice place, Midas. I think I would like it if I stayed here. We stayed here. What do you think? It's not so bad, I admit. It's a nice place. As one of the guys come in, one of the guards come in and all that, and he's ready to go to bed, as he walks by them. So what are your ideas on this place? It's very fond and a good place for us to stay. As then they go to see the old man. So how do you think of the place? We like it. It's nice. As he offers them a home, food, and all that, as they accept it. And to repay me, you'll become part of this family. As both of them agree to joining his group, which eventually becomes Overhaul's group in the future. So, they do missions and all that, and we actually go to Midas and Overhaul when they're 18. As they were assigned to a mission to take out some people that are going to spread information that shouldn't be told. So they go to a certain site, and they get out of the car with Overhaul with his bird mask, and Midas with just a regular mask on, and a gun. I'll take the people over on the right of the building. You take them on the left. How about that, Midas? I'm fine with that. As they both go their separate ways, as the guards on the left side of the building hear a trash can fall over. What was that? It probably was just some cats. I don't think so. I'm gonna take a look. As the guy goes over, and then Midas shoots him in the head as he falls over dead. And he comes out from his spot and shoots the other guard in the head. As he steps into the building, doesn't see anyone, so he decides to go upstairs. He looks around and finds some files about the stolen information and information that was going to be spread out. But then he noticed something, and then he touches a cabinet or a locker, and it turns to solid gold. And then someone tries to bang on it to get out. As Midas then pulls his gun and places it through the locker holes and shoots, as blood comes out. He just goes back downstairs with the files and notices Overhaul had just finished cleaning up the security around the place. Did you get the files? Yes. I've already started disposing of them. Good. Also, there's a locker made of gold upstairs, if we want to take that. As they were contemplating on taking it, but Overhaul was like, now let's leave it. We've done what we need to. As they both go back to the base, and they reach back and they hear that the old man that took them in was sick. As Overhaul goes to him, and it's very sad. And he promises that he'll make their group bigger, better. And Midas doesn't really care, but he is concerned for the old man. As he's going to say this, sir and brother, I have something to say to you all. As they both look at him, I will be leaving this group. Why? Brother asks, I feel like I should start up my own group for the time being. That will be in close contact with y'all. I do not plan to mess with your group, but I prefer if we are allies. May I know your reasons? It's because I want to make a group of my own, of people I can trust, as I cannot really trust all the people here. As you can tell, I'm still skeptical on the people here, so I can't really trust them. I understand that, young man. But is this truly what you want? Yes, I've gathered enough funds to supply me, and I plan to name my group called the Agency. If you need any help, I'll run underground and the black market. That's what I plan to do. Okay, but if you ever need a hand, make sure to come to Overhaul and I. Of course. Remember though, you can always rely on me if you ever need it. I'm aware of that, Midas. Although, keep an eye out if you're going to separate from us. The heroes will most likely get on your trail, and we won't be able to cover you from there. I understand that, but I feel as it's best if I start up my own group. As they decide to end the conversation as Overhaul and Midas walk out there. As Overhaul wants to talk with Midas. Why are you bringing this up, brother? I thought you were going to stay here with me and run this group with me. I cannot do that, unfortunately. One thing is, my quirk grows stronger by the day, unlike yours. But there are times where I can control myself from turning people to gold and not. But unlike yours, where yours is always active and mine is, yours doesn't grow stronger by the minute, unlike mine. I understand that, brother, but who's going to have your back out there? Don't worry, I'll gather trusted people, and I will be in contact with you. As he hands him something. What's this? It's a letter. It has my contact information. If you ever need to call me, I'll be on it. All right. Just remember, you're not alone. I'll always be there for you. I understand that, brother. Now, cheer up. I hear you may be becoming the head of this group someday. Yeah, that would be a dream, wouldn't it? Hey, don't put yourself down. After all, we're the most trusted person to the old man. Other than myself. Yes. Just remember, you don't always have to control people with fear. As he says that, Midas walks out. But Overhaul thinks something. Why is brother always so curious and try to change my ways? As he's contemplating about it. Maybe it's best I make some friends. As Overhaul's demeanor changes just a little bit towards people, as he doesn't have that hatred for quirks, or he still has it, but it's not as big, because he had his brother, who has a similar quirk, but although it's turning people to gold, it involves his hands in anything he touches. But thanks to his brother's words, he still hates quirks, but he's more lenient on them and on people because he knows not all of it is bad. And Midas leaves the base with his stuff. And he's going to someplace. As he goes to an old abandoned agency or building in the forest near a lake. This is where it will begin. This is where I'll start up my agency. And I'll have my agents, of course. As he pulls out a phone and calls. Agents, report to my location. As it seems, Midas has already been gathering followers. As a car drove up with 4 people in gold and white suits. You called, sir? Yes, we'll be making this our home. Please start reconstruction on it as soon as possible. Of course, sir. I'll be gathering people to help us. Of course, Lord Midas. As then they go to work, and Midas decides to go to the town, to the city, as he's walking through the streets. And he decides to stop by a place. And he goes to this bar as he enters to meet with someone. So I hear you're the best in the business when it comes to telling me which villains are useful to get on my team. Yes? Tell me. Who can you tell me that can be a good asset? Well, I hear of this villain, maybe called Muscular. He's a new shot, of course. But he's still coming out of the woodworks. No, I don't need a loose cannon. There's this person with a cat quirk. Very muscular and very well trained. I think his name was Meowsles. Yes, I think that was his name. Very well. set up a meeting between me and him within the next week. Of course, it shouldn't be a problem. As he's going back to his agency, some thugs thought it was a good idea to try to rob him, because he looks like he has a suit and all that, and looks like he has some valuables on him. It seems people don't learn. Come on, man, give us your money, or else we'll kill you. As one's holding a gun, as the other two have weapons. So idiotic. As he touches the man's shoulder, as he turns to gold, as the other two rush at him, Midas pulls out his pistols and shoots both of them in the head. Such idiots. As he calls, "Okay, you there?" "Yes, sir. I need at least one or two of you to come pick up this gold statue. Here. And take him back to base." "On it, where is it?" "It's on this alley. We'll be there in no time." "Good." He goes back to his base, and he starts working and takes a look around it as it's being rebuilt. The building's being rebuilt. Everything's going well. As he goes to his office, and they did a very good job on it. As he takes a look around it, he noticed that the gold person was brought to his room. No, this guy's pose and posture is all wrong. As he then touches the person in gold and turns him into a Midas statue. Much better, as it looks exactly like the thumbnail, the person in gold. Much better, as one of the guards come in, saying, "Sir, your meeting with Meowsles got moved up. It seems he wants to meet you in a few hours." "Very well. Oh, can you move this statue in front, in the main room, where people walk in?" "Of course, sir." As the man's going to do that, Midas goes to meet with Meowsles. As he enters the same bar to meet with the information gatherer and Meowsles. "So I hear you're Meowsles." "You bet I am." "And I hear you have a job for me." "Yes, I would like you to become one of my agents." "Agents? You'll get well paid. And everything, plus some other benefits. One, I'll make sure the heroes are off of you, and make sure none of them get involved into whatever you do." What else do you have involved? "Also, I've set up a special room for you at my headquarters if you join." As he sends him a picture, as he takes a look at it, it has a lot of cat stuff. You know how to do a really good negotiation. And especially, is there any other chance that there will be other agents other than me? "Of course. Other than my guards, you're the only first agent I have. It'll take some time to get others." "All right. I accept your offer. I feel like this will be You'll be an interesting person to work for." "It's good you see it my way." As Midas puts on his glove and they shake hands. "Now let's go." As he takes him to his base, he takes a look around, and he likes it. This is a very good place. But what about the funds? As he points himself to the statue that was placed in the center of the entrance. "You see, my quirk is to turn things to gold." As he touches a glass, and as it turns to solid gold, and tosses it to Meowsles. As he catches it, "This would sell for a high price." "Of course. Gold is very expensive." and people would go crazy for it. I learned that when I was in the, well, now known as the Overhaul group, now that I hear, as Overhaul has taken over things. Oh yes, that group has gotten some names in the underworld. Yes, and I need you to do something for me. And what would that be? I hear there's some people out there that could be of use. I want you to go find them. Of course. So, a year passes, and Midas feels like it's a little bit too quiet, with only a handful of guards and Meowscles there, as he wants to expand his inner circle. It's already been a year, although he has gotten some fame out there, thanks to Meowscles. But he wants more assets, more people he can rely on. So he decides to go look, as he's going to his usual place to speak with his informant. He sees two girls in the alleyway. What are you two doing here? As they take a look at him. Nothing, sir. We're just people staying here. Abandoned, I can tell. As they both look up at him. As both of them look like they're around 12 years old. 12 to 10 years old. So, you kids don't really, let me guess, y'all two were mostly abandoned, thrown out, treated badly by society, as one of the girls nod their head. As then he tosses something to them, as it's bread. There, eat up. As they eat the bread, they started to follow Midas, as he went into the bar, but he noticed them, and noticed they're waiting outside. Can you tell me about anyone else useful or any other information? It seems the heroes have been gaining some popularity recently. Yes, I can tell that. The heroes have been getting stronger, but yeah, I am doing my job, making sure you're not discovered, right? Yes, that's why I have a new candidate for you, to be another agent, you could say. And who might that be? Someone by the name Moon. Or the person that had large teeth coming out of himself in Season 2 of My Hero. It was Moonfish. Okay, there. Yeah, I remember his name. No, not Moonfish. He's a crazy killer. I did my research on him. He was a possible candidate, but he's too much of a loose cannon, like muscular. Although he'll follow orders, leaving stuff behind in trails is not his best. Alright, I got another person for you. Someone by the name of Crusher. He has what do you say, a crushing type of quirk. Okay. What else? He wears a black mask. And he can increase his strength tenfold. He's basically a very good bodyguard herself. Alright. I'll reach out to him and see how things go. As the man says, I think I can get a meeting with him, say in a few days. That'd be good. So set up that meeting. As Midas walks out and sees the two girls still there. What are you two still doing here? As both of them are scared, but still look at Midas. It seems y'all two are not going to leave me alone, so come along. As the two girls follow Midas. As Midas thinks, this reminds me of that day when the old man took me in with Overhaul. It's probably best I take these two in. As he goes to his car and says, are you coming? As they get in the back seats and they drive to his base. As they get out and they see this big white building and this beautiful lake, as they're in awe. A nice place, isn't it? As then two guards come up and ask, "Who are they, sir?" "Oh, they're just some people that'll be staying with us." "I never got your names." "Oh, my name's Darkness, and mine's Moonlight." "Ah, oh, those are their names." "Okay. Prepare rooms for them." "Of course, sir. I'll prepare them right away." As Deku is taking a liking to them, as they come with him and they meet Mousels in the main front area. "Who are these two little squirts, boss?" "These are some new people that will be here with us. Meet Darkness and Moonlight." "Hello. Nice to meet you." As he crouches down and waves his hand, as the girl in the name Moonlight comes up and pats his head. As weirdly enough, Meowscles actually likes it. As Midas is holding back his laughter. "You look like an idiot." As he gives a growl towards Midas. Okay, I apologize. Now are you coming?" As all of them walk in further into his base. And that's where we're going to end this part. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I have a feeling that I'm going to enjoy gathering more people to Midas' side, or Deku's side in this. In the next part, we'll have Crusher, and we'll be leading to more time skips closer to the main events of my hero. I hope y'all enjoyed.